Looking ahead this morning, an award-winning author and Glendale native is sharing his travel experiences while being wheelchair-bound in a new book, and he's launching it this weekend. Joining us this morning to give us more details is author Tom Haig. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, this is a great day to be on. I'm following the Fonz and the Bucks, which is when I tell people when I'm traveling abroad that I'm from Milwaukee, the first thing they say is Milwaukee Bucks. And the second thing is, hey, Fonzie. So I'm feeling comfortable here.
Well, that's a pretty great way to start a conversation, Tom.
It's true. I mean, it's the Bucks are just universal because basketball is much more universal than the other American sports. And you'll see Giannis jerseys all over the place. I was about 2 years ago in Senegal. I was seeing Giannis jerseys all over. And before that, when I traveled as a high diver back in the 80s, it was always Milwaukee, Fonzie.
So let's talk about that. You were a high diver and internationally known, world ranked, and then you had your accident. Tell us about your life story and how global Nomad came to be.
Well, I mean, it's weird. The way the high diving works now, they have the Red Bull cliff diving series, and I was involved in a group called Worldwide Productions. That was the precursor to the World High Diving series, or cliff diving series, and we would do dives from anywhere up to like 90, 95 feet. That's the picture right there is up the cliffs of Acapulco. I did the Acapulco cliff diving contest in when was that? 89, and actually won an award for being the bravest off the cliff because I did a reverse double somersault that had never been done before. So that's the first half of the book. The second half of the book is after I've broken my back, and I go back. This is very serendipitous. My brother Andy, when I broke my back, my brother Andy was the director of the University of Michigan Spine Center. So he's a global expert in spinal cord injury. He came into the hospital and it was like, oh my God, it was like the parting of the seas. Could not have anybody better to guide our family through this process. And about 4 years later, we started a nonprofit called the International Rehabilitation Forum that gets rehab doctors from some of the poorest countries on earth together. We also do a lot of disability awareness. In meeting these doctors, they all were like, we need you to come to our clinic. We need you to come to talk to our patients in wheelchairs. And slowly and surely, I started taking them up on their offers, and not just going to visit for a week, but actually like moving and going and embedding myself in the disability communities in countries all over the world.
Wow. Well, the way you tell that story right now, it seems like a blessing for the rest of the world to hear your story and be inspired and motivated. Did you feel that at the time? I mean, you were already doing some pretty crazy stuff, and you seem to have not let it got you down.
Well, is a blessing. That's in their eyes. You'd have to ask them. We certainly had a really good time when I was. I'm a journalist myself. The group that's publishing my book is Washington State University. I got my journalism degree from Washington State University. When I was traveling, I would go over there with cameras, this bag of cameras and microphones, and shoot documentaries, and really got people involved in the disability community in helping produce the documentaries, to the point where the last trip I did was in Dakar, Senegal, and I went there to teach kids in wheelchairs how to shoot video. And it was just a really, really great experience because the kids get these vocational programs and they're really boring. They'll be like knitting or computer soldering. And once we got them to start using cameras and hooking up people with microphones and asking questions, it just brightened their world. So hopefully I brought that to them, that they really saw a better way that a person with disability can get into the workplaces through journalism and shooting video.
Well, Tom, we got just a couple of seconds left here. You're launching your book this weekend. Tell us about the event.
So we are launching the book at the North Shore Library, which is on the Cardinal Stritch campus, actually right across the highway from Nicolay High School. It's going to be at 2 o'clock, and we've got a bunch of books for sale. I'm being introduced by Mary Schmidt-Boyer, who famously was the president of the, I can't remember the name exactly, the female sports, national sports organization. So she'll be introducing me and interviewing me, and then after that we'll be signing books and going out and watch Packer game.
All right. Well, Tom, so great to talk to you this morning.
Thanks for having me on. Go Pack.